Is people in the chat want to let me know?
Oh no.
What was the last thing that was said? Da-da-da-da.
What happened?
What was the last thing that was said, my boys? Do you guys know?
Where did it cut off?
Wasted luck. Ah, so Victini crashed it. Gotcha.
So Victini.
Okay. Victini is known to do that on occasion.
Never lied to me. He just says yeah.
He
Chose
looks.
to win.
He looks evilly over toward fucking Joseph. It zooms in on him as you see the ever closed eyes of Victini, a very slight opening in them as he stares forward, as if daring you to try to hug him.
He has cute eyes.
A little star on
I
one
know
side.
when I'm defeated.
You guys wait around for the 10 minutes, fawning over Pokemon, doing things, talking amongst yourself about some stuff. I want Joseph.
What star you eat?
Actually, no, don't. I'm not gonna worry about you, Joseph. I want Evelyn and Keanu, since you guys are in the back now, to please roll me for your perceptions.
Okie dokie.
I'm gonna put a skid inspiration in.
There you are.
Oh, it's all
I
trending
ain't doing
loud.
shit, yo. Let's go. Chaos. And it was nearly 20 out of 5.
That's, Perception it was?
Yep.
Right? That's a heckin' 18. And
18.
Then what else do I get? Yeah, 18.
18. Evelyn, during this break, you do notice that basically the entire time everybody's off doing their own thing, getting their Pokemon ready. Oscar eventually throws out Macho, because Macho is going to be helpful climbing the mountain, all that good stuff. Macho goes over and like hangs out with you guys for a bit. You notice afterwards, just like seeing all these Pokemon around and all these things going on and all these potential things to ride on. Sherry's being very well behaved. She's just kind of standing there, waiting, holding on to John Cena. John Cena is also very well behaved, but you know, that's probably more to the fact of he's being held and he doesn't want to fucking break her. You just notice very well behaved.
Hey, Sherry.
Sherry looks over.
You want to ride on Macho?
No, thank you.
You sure?
Hmm.
Everything all right?
Nods.
I mean, I don't believe
What
that.
do you mean? It's perfectly fine. She said
It's okay.
so.
Do you want me to roll for it?
She said so.
Do you want me to roll for it?
Do it.
Otherwise- Okay then.
Roll me understanding.
Skid inspiration. Cause fuck you. That's 20, and that's 20.
All right, roll me one more time.
Okay.
Okay. It's fine.
Does a 20 really not give me anything?
I mean, what else do you want me to tell you? It probably doesn't sound very good.
Oh Jesus! What the hell happened?
Sherry decided to yeet herself away from the situation.
Oh no.
Sure, learn dig.
Sure, no! well,
Um,
time for a
Just
new
for
job.
clarification, are we being real or are we joking right now? That's I don't get anything from that.
Again, like, you definitely have your suspicions, 100%. There's not much you can just kind of get from it.
Okay.
Do you want to roll me for your perception to see if you notice anything else going on? Because the last
Okay.
one wasn't a great one, but I can give you another perception roll with that one.
Okay, let's get inspiration.
Mhm.
Because I just have a weird feeling about using these. That is a heckin' 16.
It's not better than the one you did last time. Roll me one more time, please. For no reason.
What?
Roll me one more time. The last
No,
perception roll you had was an 18.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you didn't get better, so I can't give you any more information.
Well, that was. Oh yeah, it was a perception check, wasn't it?
Mhm.
Okay.
Damn it. All right.
I know you really want this.
No, don't worry about it. It's fine. But no. Again, you rolled your understanding. I'm not gonna
Okay.
tell you anything else. Like, you have your suspicions, definitely.
If anything's ever bothering you, we can talk about it. I'm cool to listen if you got something you want to say.
I'm fine.
Okay. Just letting you know for future reference.
Hi, fine. I'm Joe.
Oh, he said the thing.
He did it. He made the dad joke.
I'm a ride on macho.
What's a dad joke?
I wouldn't know.
You. You make your way.
sorry,
You make your way over to Macho. You're not gonna be able to do it while you're holding Bubbles.
That's
But Happy can
absurd.
be on there, I guess. Because Happy can just kind of crawl on you.
Macho can hold bubbles as well.
Macho needs to be out and climbing mountains. You see,
We're not climbing right now. We're taking a 10-minute break.
the 10-minute break is now over if you don't do anything else with Sherry.
Oh, gotcha.
But no, you got what you got from there. I'm not going to tell you that your suspicions are wrong or that they're right or anything of the sort. If
Okay.
that's
I mean,
all that you want
I
to do
feel
with
like
that,
I can-
then we're going to, after a little bit of time has passed, you guys hear from the front, okay, break over.
Okay.
All right.
We need to make good time, otherwise we're not going to get up there until sundown. Is there anything else you all need to do?
No.
If we're
Wait,
really worried...
Pikachu? No.
A Pikachu? What?
I have conviction that we need to find a Pikachu.
But yeah, well, I mean, I would love to find a Pikachu. But was there ever a reason for that, or do you just want to find one?
This picture.
There
What?
we go.
What?
Hi,
What
we're
picture?
Jesse and James.
This
We're
one
looking
right here.
for a Pikachu.
What is in the picture again? Is it just a Pikachu, or?
It's a Pikachu with one of the things that looks suspiciously like the thing that makes all the noise that makes the Pokemon go cray cray.
Oh.
So if we find Pikachu, we find the thing. Also, it's got this 13 on it, or a B. I've been told it looks like a B.
13!
It's probably a B. It probably matches this pin that I found.
Yes, if Eric says it's a B, I think it looks like a 13.
I can see it,
What do you think, Dad?
Dad.
They're just
No.
both calling you
Oh,
dad
well,
now.
That B. I'm the dadman.
But yeah, we heading on further up now
Okay.
to
Is,
the east
is
side.
anybody going to answer the question that happened?
Oh, what was the question?
That
The-
Aaron just did?
Looks
That
like a
you
13
responded
or a
to?
B.
Oh. I mean, I responded to it. I thought he was asking someone else.
He was, and nobody answered.
I mean, it's a picture of a Pikachu next to.
Which dad are you asking, Keanu?
The 77.
There you go.
Hmm?
Does this look like a B or a 13 to you?
Can you repeat that?
Does this look like a B or a 13 to you?
For reference, number 77, if that is your real name and number, The bee that's on the picture looks like this.
All right. Let's see. Where are you guys?
It's right here. This is the bee.
That looks like a bee with a crack.
The
in it.
same bee that you have, as well as the same bee that's on fucking Sherry's clothes.
He's going to
And the
notice
same
it.
bee that all of you should recognize.
He,
Don't know.
Actually,
what
you know
you're
what?
talking about.
Joseph is going to close his eyes, open. Gee, I don't know. Hey, Sherry, do you think it's a B or a 13?
Sherry looks. Nothing.
oh, okay. That's
We're
nothing.
both wrong. Heck.
Sherry just kind of looks down. Ready to go?
We're almost done the break.
Yeah.
Give me a second. Takes Sherry to the side.
Hiya! I'm kidding. I said break over. I'm kidding. That was actually really fluid. It's like hiya.
Nice.
Next big craze, tabletop simulator animation.
Oh my god.
77. You want to try to take Sherry away?
Just to the side.
She pulls against you as you do. As you see that as she pulls against you, she seems to squeeze John Cena a little bit too hard, and he starts kind of flailing around a bit. You realize John Cena is probably being very good because he is a fucking Stuffle, and Stuffles could, like, break people. So agitating the Stuffle probably isn't a great idea.
Hey,
Defense teddy bear.
you want to talk about it?
It's nothing.
Then while it's nothing, anything you want me to do?
Why don't you roll me that charisma, my boy? That -1 you got. Oh,
18.
that's pretty good for a -1. As you look over at her and you're trying to see if there's anything you want her to do, or she wants you to do, you do notice upon her standing there looking very kind of uncomfortable, her eyes seem to flick slightly over toward the lady that's holding Vivi.
He's gonna whisper. Look, I get it. Let's just move forward for now. I'm keeping an eye on everyone.
She nods. Let's not worry about that, guys. Come on, it's time to break be over. Let's go.
There's some shit going on here.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Biggie, you need
She
to
said
stop
she was
crying.
fine.
Your tears will freeze.
Yeah, she said specifically she's fine. That's an order.
I don't know if she said that part, but
Well,
he
to
reads
you,
between the
it's an order.
lines.
she said it with her eyes.
You guys head further and further up as it starts to get colder and colder from you guys getting up here. I would like to know from the people in the front, which is unfortunately now seemingly just Varric.
Oh no, just me?
Varric,
Whatever happened to my friend Chemo? Oh
Do
no.
I not count?
Chemo's not rolling. Do you want to move up further, April, since the
Yeah,
spots
sure.
have opened?
Yeah, let's go.
You move up further. Since it's just the two of you and Chemo in front of her, she will not rush forward to make any more space. She's still just kind of holding on to Vivi because Keanu hasn't came and taken back yet. But Varric and April, I would like to both of you to roll me for your perceptions while you're up in the front, because again, the trail seems to be at this point getting done over by some snow. That's pretty good.
+4, that's 22.
That's pretty good.
All right,
I'm
guys.
using my
I'm
arm.
using 1 inspiration. Let's see what I. That's a 13 for the first roll. That's pretty good. Pretty good. And for the second roll, that's a. Okay, so 13 plus 6, 19.
The two of you are able to keep everybody on track heading up the mountain. You guys keep an eye out for Pokemon, which again you don't see any
No.
upon going up. But you guys do notice that as you guys are traveling around the trail going up the mountain, there does seem to be something rather odd on this side of the mountain. As you look upwards, there is a large section up on the top of the like near the top of the summit that seems to just not have snow on it. As you guys look up and see this, there just appears to be like a place that just has been devoid of snow, as if something had swept it all away from that area.
Or a fire Pokemon.
In a very large area. Or a fire Pokemon. Like a flying rainbow fire Pokemon.
Preposterous.
Keep
Maybe
up
it
your
was a big
guard.
rock.
I have a feeling they might have left, but just in case they didn't, we don't want to face whatever did this.
Mm-hmm.
Not right now, at least.
April
Speak
in
for yourself.
particular, April in particular, you do notice in the snow what appears to be a very small glint of what appears to be something similar to that purple-like crystal. Or not purple, fucking orange. That orange-like crystal
Same
that
color.
is in the ground. Just the exact opposite. But something similar to that orange-like crystal that was in the the lady showed you. This one, however, seems to be very small and splintered. You can only see it as like a bit of dust even along the snow.
Yeah, something big was here. It looks like that orange crystal, but dust form.
Whatever dropped this must have had an impact of sorts. Seems vaporized even.
Do you think it was number 1 or number 2?
What do you mean?
You know, you said it dropped it. You know, maybe.
Oh my god.
It obviously dropped off of a Pokemon from being hit. April, I don't think it's what you think.
From being okay, all right, let's go with that.
Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of information. It was really dark last night. The only one I could make out was the glowing rainbow one that was going around. Once you see a Ho-Oh flying through the sky, you don't forget it.
It is super impressive.
Let us continue. As things keep going on for a little bit, you guys note that the path seems to break off. One part of it seems to be going off further into a more steep inclination up the mountain. The other one is a more steady incline up the mountain. Both of them very snowy at this point. And of course, the steeper one probably a little bit more dangerous to travel upon. She seems to be looking toward that area. And she's like, come on, let's go. Hold on a minute. Obviously, it'd be better for us to go this way. We have children here to think about and small Pokemon. Then just return the Pokemon and carry the children. We need to get up there very quickly.
Why?
It's a lot safer if we go this way. If we don't go up there and find out what happened last night, it's going to become dark by the time we get there. Ever looked for clues in the dark?
I mean, you ever look for a bird outside?
Alright, hold up.
I mean,
I think I know how we could solve this.
Hmm.
He takes out his phone and opens one of the apps that he uses every time there's a disagreement. Heads or tails?
Tails.
He's going to flip the coin. Odds or evens?
Evens.
Odds. And it was in that one. All right, we're going the dangerous path.
We
Okay,
just
you
got
gotta go.
a $2 donation from Ronin Loft saying, so it's blue ice but orange. Sure. They don't know what it is yet. As she looks over toward the way up, she just kind of nods and starts taking a step. Oscar stands his ground. We're not going that way.
Hey, Granny.
On the
Oscar knows what he's
authority
talking about.
authority of one of the Elite Four of Sinnoh, we're not going that way with children.
Return.
He knows what he's talking about with mountain climbing.
Ugh.
Vivi just like gets returned out of her grip.
As Joseph kind of falls back a bit, this can get messy. For
An
now,
elite,
he's just
an elite four, you say? Fine, let's go your way, but please let us try to move quickly. My eyesight isn't very good. I'd rather not be up here in the dark.
I can hold your hand if you want.
We'll do our best. As Oscar just fucking walks in the front of everybody and goes the path that he wants to go. Like,
Alright,
and
other dad.
fuck you. We're going
Alright.
this way.
Does Macho follow him?
Macho's just holding you.
Okay.
He just
I
kind of
wanted
looks
to-
at you and then just, ah!
Yeah,
let's
I
go!
wanted to point to him and go up there.
Yeah, let's go!
Yay!
As
All this
soon
is
as
good
more
news,
people
man.
go
And-
by her, she just kind of like looks a little bit like grumpy and walks faster.
And I walked back. I knew that was probably going to happen, so I made my way backwards. You know, I'm a good man. And I can tell that she's the kind
Bubbles
of
is gonna have a
woman
hard time
that'll do
keeping
that.
up.
Bubbles is trying to roll
Roll up a mountain. Yeah.
in the. He's trying his best, man.
I'll
It's
hop
okay,
down
it's
and I'll.
okay.
You
carry
can also tell that Patchy seems a little cold. Dusty's fine.
Okay. You guys want to head back in the balls for a little bit? Looks at both of them.
Bubbles rolls.
He's never once talked to me. Not once.
Bubbles rolls.
I recall him saying something. I don't know if it was to you or not.
I don't know.
But I've definitely, I know he's made voice words before.
Yeah.
Okay, here you go. She'll return.
A perfect
Patchy and
Pokemon, stay
Bubbles.
back!
She'll return them both.
You return them both? All right.
Yeah.
Again, Dusty's just kind of like walking in the snow, like, I am fine. Some of the snow's melting underneath him slightly, like, doop, 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 doop.
Yeah. Look at
He's
my boy go.
doing
Snow
his
bank.
thing.
Disappears. You just
What
see two
did she
ears.
What is
say
that? Is
about
Happy-
you? What
is
did
Happy
she
all right, or-
say?
Happy
Oh,
is
boy.
clinging onto your back. Happy doesn't seem to like the snow that much, but is probably warmer than the other two because it's on you.
Okay. I'm keeping him warm.
Mm-mm.
Keeping it warm.
Do-do-do-do.
Ow.
Oh, well, apparently he bit you, so.
Die. Halt. My venom is now coursing through your veins.
You guys continue to go forward. As you do, going on the less dangerous path, you guys find yourself without many trials to go to have happen. As you continue to move upwards, unfortunately, in front of you, you find what appears to be a large mound of snow covering the way forward.
Well, guess it's time to give up.
As this happens,
I'm kidding.
Oscar kind of looks back toward the party as the old lady looks to him very disgruntled. As he's like, Evelyn, do you mind?
Oh, yeah. She'll hop off of Macho if that's, yeah.
Macho, flamethrower. Macho rushes forward. As he does, he just breathes in and sends out a jet of flame across in front of him. The snow begins melting very slowly. It is a large mound of snow after all. However, it does look like as he looks, he seems to be like kind of embarrassed a bit, and the old lady is looking disgruntled.
Dusty, you can help with that, right?
Dusty looks at you and then steps over. Gonna roll for his individuality, which is big right now.
How big is it?
Well, you see, it was 0.
It was a 0.
But as you look here, the stats will raise in individuality massively. Now, I don't know what you think massive is.
It's going to be 99.99.
But to me, a massive increase is a pretty big increase.
Okay.
It's enough to where, again, he is somewhat disobedient at the moment, so it is definitely over 7.
Okay. I imagined.
As I am going to roll for it.
Can't imagine you would, like, add that as a stipulation to him without making it to the point where it's an inconvenience.
Yeah, it had to be an inconvenience. Oh, fuck. He looks at you, looks in the front of him. He doesn't feel like being an individual today, I guess. As he that once. He's gonna try to heat wave, I guess.
Yeah, go for it.
Good boy.
As
Let's
he
try
goes,
not to hurt Macho or Oscar. But,
as he goes forward and just kind of jumps at the snow, Macho stops breathing fire for a second, and then it just starts radiating heat off of itself. It seems to not be doing it as fast as Macho.
He's helping.
He's doing his best. It takes another like 10 minutes for the path to be completely cleared. And as you do notice, Oscar seems to walk around the sides, watches where the water's being deposited to, making sure it doesn't go somewhere very inconvenient. But again, through all this kind of safety precautions and things of that nature, the old lady is very disgruntled. You guys look up as you notice that you guys have already been going the kind of slow way. You guys do feel as if from the couple of hours you guys have spent just kind of walking as well as getting to the cabin in the first place, it's getting to around midday, if not later.
Okay.
As this happens, she just gives a bit of a sigh as Oscar motions off down the area. She's like, and you'll probably be crying about something in a little bit about being hungry. Does anybody want to eat before we move on?
Cherry.
I can keep going.
I'm doing pretty all right.
She looks back to everybody else. She's giving you guys a chance to eat if you guys want to, or you guys can move on.
I feel fine.
As April puts her foot down, no. I need this Joe person to not call my food okay. What?
No, I'm over it, yeah.
No, I'm just fucking, I'm done with that. Whatever, fuck it.
Rita said I'm gonna kill you, so it's fine.
Yeah.
You know, we don't
Stop
have to
being in
work on it,
sicko
you know?
mode. There you go, Castellette. What the hell, man?
It was already prepared.
But FOMO, look at what I'm trying.
You guys
See.
continue forward.
Aw, it's a picture of your last moments.
God damn it. As you guys continue forward up the mountain, you do notice that the snow begins to slightly get thicker to a point where when Dusty is stepping ahead of you, he seems to be kind of up to his stomach in snow.
Oh,
He seems to still look like no, I can handle it. It's okay. I'm fine. I'm
keeping an eye on
strong.
him.
I'm a good boy. I can do them.
As long as he's
Somebody
managing
help
to
me.
keep up, she'll let him do his own thing.
He is definitely notingly slower, but he's keeping up somewhat. You guys continue forward, stepping into the into a bit more of a steep walking area. You guys note that at this point the snow is getting slightly ridiculous upon getting further up. Eventually, you guys notice that there is a pathway leading around the mountain on the outside that seems to have a little bit of wind chill coming with it. Definitely a lot colder of a path. Or you guys do notice as you guys keep walking, I believe, not that one. Yeah.
Look at the chat. In the
Can't
in-game
see that
chat.
one.
In-game chat.
Okay. I'll say it. Probably Vaughn will probably have to go at 10, which is our 9.
Okay, we'll see we'll see what goes on. If she has to go, then that's perfectly fine.
This will just bring a heads up.
When it gets 10 minutes, remind me before you leave, okay?
Yep.
Because we do have a slight announcement to make before you leave.
Yeah. It's like
so,
10 minutes before I leave, or like when I have to leave.
Fucking just tell me before 10. But you guys start to make your way around. You notice that there is a cave off to the right. There is probably less wind chill and things inside of said cave. However, the area going further up seems to be quicker, but also not a cave, which means no Zubats. Where would
Oh,
you
but
guys
there are
like
no
to go?
Pokemon around.
That's true, but they have to be somewhere. I'm just saying, you haven't looked at any caves yet, boy.
what were there were 2 options, right?
Yep, you guys can walk around the outside of the mountain and keep going up. Looks a little bit faster. Looks a little bit faster, but it's colder. Or you guys can try to go through the small cave entrance you guys see to the side and see if that can lead you guys further up. However, again, could have Zubats.
And I like Zubats, but I know Keanu doesn't like Zubats.
You can also ask any of the people around if they have any preferences. Keanu, what's your preference?
I mean,
Can we fly? And can it be involving Maryland?
You want to fly with Marilyn?
Yes. Listen, I didn't say it was realistic. I'm just saying what I wanted, which is not that.
You can either go in the cave or go around the cave.
Let's go around the cave like we did in VR chat.
I'm okay with either, but I'm spooked. I'll be over here.
Okay, Keanu has said he would do either, but he looks very spooked. What do you guys want to do?
have you ever heard of exposure therapy?
That's illegal.
No, it's
We're at Mount Silver now. There is no illegality here.
We are in international lands. There is no law here.
We're actually in Johto, so...
We are in international.
I was lied to.
Johto laws still apply. Also,
No,
I
it's
am
like New
still a
Jersey.
government official, even if I'm not this government's official.
It's like
True,
New Jersey.
true.
Everything's legal in New Jersey.
I don't think that's
Oh.
right.
Well,
Well, actually, yeah, it is right.
Varric, what are you thinking?
The outside looks like it might be faster. Because I don't know where the cave will go. What do you think, Naga?
You already heard my piece. As long as we get up there before nightfall, I'm fine.
April.
I'm just saying, cave sounds fun. The worst thing that happens is there's no light.
And we can make some light.
Without light.
You know, if
the
we
world is
die in the
pretty
cave, you
dark.
know, nobody clean up. It's a cave, they'll just rot.
I'm
How
hearing
about
a lot
Joseph?
of cave.
What do you
And
think,
look,
Joseph? Joseph, you again, you know that the outside area is quicker, and some people want to go quicker than others. But the inside area is cave and less wind chill and whatnot. But Keanu also seems to be afraid of the cave. What do you want to do?
Well, now that we're this deep in, takes out Jonathan from the Pokeball, kills him.
Well,
That's not an answer.
that doesn't not perhaps relevant, but
You're welcome.
It's not relevant, but still traumatizing.
Okay. I think faster's the better option right now. Which, if you have perspective or whatever, wait a minute, you're the one that said we need to take our time. Hold up.
Oscar's just kind of like looking over. We don't entirely know if this cave can even get us closer or not anyway. We should probably just head on the outside. Plus, I
That's fair.
feel I've already kept you enough, right? Finally, you're making sense.
Let's go.
You guys
Alright,
decide
sounds
to
like-
bypass the cave.
Probably
Hooray!
a bunch of cool Pokemon in there. but, you know.
No, there wouldn't have
No.
been. I'll tell you that now that you guys have said no to it. There's no Pokemon in the cave. There are 0
Round the
Pokemon in that cave.
outside, round the outside.
Ronan Gave $2 a bit ago, saying Tropius can fly, so don't you have? So you don't have to go in the cave, Keanu. Yeah, but only like one person can really be on Tropius. Also, it's snowing. Tropius probably doesn't really like it. Don't worry about it. Second thing Ronan did was $2 more. So he forgot to put inspiration to Keanu. So both of those are going to be for Keanu. So 2 Keanu inspirations.
More for the pile of chaos.
Alright. I think I've done the art.
You guys continue to go further up, and because of the quickness of this area, again, and you guys taking some regular breaks throughout the next couple of hours, making your way up, you guys are finally near what you can kind of guess is just below the trail leading up toward the summit. Basically, the last little area that still has any sort of like vegetation or any sort of like other things like that around it. There are some trees around here, and like the snow in front seems to be somewhat more of a field still than like an actual like rocky crag. But from what you guys can tell, getting here, you guys can see that there is a bit of a well, I guess I should have April, Varric, and Evelyn roll me for perception actually before I say what you guys can tell. Now, shouldn't I?
It's
Yep. Skid inspiration.
And after this roll, and before I say what's going on, we'll do our thing, FOMO.
Yep. Rolling.
Oh shit! That's really good.
12 plus 4 is 18.
24. And then that's 24 total.
Oh, you put an inspiration in?
Yeah.
Roll again.
Okay.
Okay, so it was a 24 before?
Yeah.
And what'd you get,
Alright.
Varric?
I haven't rolled yet, and
Roll.
I'm putting 1 inspiration.
'Kay.
Because I'm a good boy and I wait till it's my turn. That's a 9. That's not a good roll. And then let's see what this next roll is, and that's a 3, so a 9.
Well, the only person who would have seen this then would be April. April, you notice as you continued into the snow that there appears to be a trail, a bit of a trail, a little bit further on into the area. Wait, you said 24, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Oh.
I was like, what the fuck?
It took me a second.
A
I was
24
so
doesn't-
disappointed. I was so disappointed in the other roll. My bad.
Yeah, my 15 is so.
No, the other. Don't worry about it. But you guys do notice that there is a very slight trail going through the area. From what you guys can see, you find a person's tracks in the snow.
Oh.
Beside of them appears to be some sort of Pokemon, some sort of a smallish Pokemon's tracks. And beside of that, feet prints from a larger Pokemon, but they don't go anywhere.
What?
They don't go
Oh.
forward. They don't go back. It appears like a Pokemon was standing there and then just wasn't anymore. Like maybe they returned it. I don't know. It was a pretty large Pokemon though.
Huh.
At this point, you guys can see that leads a little bit further away in toward the vegetation a bit. However, again, not really amazingly heading up the mountain. Looking around, it's not getting late because again, with you guys taking like every now and then taking like a couple of breaks, 10-minute breaks to 20-minute breaks, stuff like that as you're going up. Again, it gets cold. Some of the people want to stop, do different things. It's not getting late, but it is getting to a point where the sun is beginning to start looking like it's about to go down. You guys have spent most of the day up on the mountain. It's not getting dark, so you're pretty sure that this little excursion won't take too long, and you guys are just below the summit as it is. Would you guys like to investigate this, or would you guys like to continue going on from the summit?
Does it
Looking
look like
at the
maybe-
area, again, since you guys are just below where the summit is, the lady does not seem too mad currently. She's looking up. She seems to be perfectly content where she is.
What does Pokemon Prince maybe do? Can I tell what it is? Maybe. Like
Nope.
What the Pokemon are?
Nah.
Well then.
Looking at the prince, actually, you are from Hoenn.
Oh.
She has her Pokemon.
Roll me for Pokemania for for one of the Pokemon.
Okay. Gonna.
What's the
One of
Hoenn
those.
you keep speaking of?
Oh, sorry, Owen.
Except it's not pronounced that. I'm from there. Get at me.
I choose the pronunciation.
I'm sorry. Which superior are
You
you?
put one in.
I'm an Atman. That was heckin' 14, I think, or whatever my understanding is now. Plus a 9.
The highest one was a 9 plus
Plus
6. That is a 15 altogether. Roll me one more time.
Could you
No
please
reason.
just? I know there's a reason.
No reason.
Give it to me.
Damn it. All right.
Fuck it. I'm gonna run out of them before it happens.
Don't worry about it. You don't know what the other Pokemon could be just from the tracks. With that being said, guys, it is almost 10 o'clock for Fomal. And before Fomal leaves, which we're gonna go on for like another 30 minutes to an hour afterwards. We don't know how long. Probably around like 30 minutes from where we are. Before Fomal leaves, we should probably bring something up.
Yeah, probably.
Might be a good idea.
So
Yeah.
My dinner was pretty good.
Fomal's staying with us forever,
Yeah, forever.
for absolutely forever.
I cannot leave.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's get
Every
back to
time I
game.
try to leave,
Let's
it's-
get back to
Uh,
game. Half an hour, here we go.
Guys,
Uh,
come the new year, unfortunately, Fomal will no longer be able to be a part of the Pokemon game.
I appreciate that they didn't make it sound like I'm dying.
She's dying.
Because she's dying.
she caught the ligma
I
and
got
see,
malaria and
what-
also.
What happened is Deco's very strict about her hair color, and
Yeah.
ever since Fomal decided, oh, I'm gonna be blonde like April, we have to disown her.
Yeah.
Excuse
uh,
me?
So, It is cancer. I'm kidding.
It's
People in
both
chat are
polar
saying
and
things.
cancer. It's both polar and cancer.
No. FOMO just unfortunately has school, has work, has other things that she has to do, and hopefully one day we can snatch her back. But for the immediate future, unfortunately, we don't know when FOMO could come back to the
Basically,
games.
all my evenings got nuked to oblivion. So unless we start making games at like 8 in the morning, it's not happening.
Unfortunately, that's how things are. Maybe things will get fixed. Maybe at the end of a semester. Who's to say? Right?
Yeah, probably. Then
Maybe?
that's gonna be free again. Yeah,
Fucking
probably.
maybe.
If you're somehow still running
Possibly.
in June, yeah.
I mean,
If
it doesn't
somehow
even
you
it doesn't
manage
even have to
stall
be
this-
it doesn't even have
if
to be
you manage to
Pokemon.
stall this game for 5 more months,
It
then
doesn't
yeah.
even have to be Pokemon, FOMO. I want you to be in any of my games.
Oh man, that's
Yeah,
so
like,
sweet.
You just
Are you
just
finally gonna make the Homestuck?
sure. But no, whatever game we're having with this group, or if we can't with this group or anything else like that, like we can work something out. I really want you to be in my games still. You're the only person here I can really stand for any given time. So
Anyway,
I
guys, I'll
appreciate
myself
that after
out.
I gave you like 4 fate cards and then made you work it, and then I started a pocket.
why do you think I allowed that?
Really tested his patience.
Oh. Hey,
That was
Deco.
the last of your
Yeah, what's
Hey,
up?
Deco, FOMO. I have something I want to tell you guys.
What's that?
Dibs.
Dibs in the Homestuck RP?
This no divorce?
Dibs on the kids.
But yeah, it is unfortunately sad that she's
I
gonna be
feel like we'll
leaving
be a
us.
troll.
It is unfortunately sad that she will be leaving us at the start of the next month. But we're gonna hope to do some things in the next couple of games that will maybe make up for it. We'll see. We'll have to figure out some things. But the 30th will be April's last game, and we're gonna hope to make every Monday until then. we're gonna hope
like
it.
No more
Mondays.
skips.
So it's gonna be 2 games, and we'll let people know in the beginning of next game as well. But yeah, I hope that your next semester goes well, FOMO, and that you don't leave me forever and it'll make me sad.
You can still like talk to me, you know that, right?
No, you're dead.
If you can't play in his games, you're just dead. To
why
the world.
are you dead, FOMO? I don't understand. Don't you understand I'm a dictator? If you're not in my games, I don't talk to you.
There's no object presence.
I can't
If you're
believe
not
I
in the call with him, he
have
doesn't
to
know you
leave your
exist.
game when you give me cancer and malaria.
The next game's gonna be a very merry Crimbo game.
It's
Yeah.
true.
And it's
It's
all
only
snowy.
2 days before Crimbo.
And it's all snowy.
Crimbo.
currently.
And it's all snowy.
Merry
Crimbo.
So before FOMO leaves, just so that FOMO is here whenever this happens, you guys look around again, seeing these Pokemon tracks, seeing things going on here. You see that the old lady kind of sits down for a second as she's just like, "We have a bit of time. Let me rest myself before we go and check up whatever's happened up there." She points off toward the area that's devoid entirely of snow. At this point, do you guys want to maybe look around the area you guys are in? Do you guys want to follow that area? What do you guys want to do?
Evelyn wants to follow the tracks a little bit.
From
Not
what
too
you can
far.
see, from what you can see of the tracks, they seem to go quite far away into the fields. Following them probably would lead you into a different part of the actual mountain itself.
Gotcha.
As you get a little bit too far, you kind of make your way back with a bit of a however, you do notice as you follow them slightly that there is something off in the distance. You wanna roll me for a perception, my girl?
Yeah, and I'll put a Skittyspiration in.
Oh man, you really
You know
want
how
this
much
to
you
happen?
love it when I do that.
What you,
you
what
know.
you seeing there, Evelyn?
It's up to you. It's up to.
In fact, well, no, I've only gotten one roll so far. Whenever I did it,
That's pretty good.
that's really good.
Roll again.
23.
One more chance. Roll again. Nope. All right.
Ooh, pretty.
You guys find yourselves again looking off a little bit in this area, the last remaining area that seems to have any sort of greenery until you get to the actual mountain, like the actual summit of this place. That seems to just be like a straight shot upwards.
With the tree line.
Oh,
As
the
you
whole.
guys-
Oh, okay.
As you guys get off into this area, Evelyn, you made yourself go a little bit further on, a little bit further into the area to see if you can see anything and see if you can track anything. Again, it looks as if going that direction, not a lot of way to really find a great way back from this. It seems like it might take you off to a completely different adventure if you were to go on that direction. Maybe an adventure that was cut short prematurely because one of our players is leaving and I wanted to get through the Mount Silver stuff before they left. So I had to rewrite the entire couple of adventures that were happening. And this was supposed to be an area at the very bottom of the Mount Silver, but it turns out that we had to make it a little bit go up the Mount Silver so we can get through some of the things I had to get through. But, you
It's
know,
okay,
also
breathe,
Jirachi's here. And,
Breathe.
okay. All right.
The report fake cards.
All right, open your mouth
Yeah, not 4, like fucking 8.
and touchdown. You're now drunk.
Okay, cool. You guys,
Interesting.
you see a little bit further away what appears to be a person standing there. A person with
April, what are you doing here?
a person with a Pokemon. A very familiar looking Pokemon to you that kind of makes you look at those paw prints from before and be like, oh yeah. You
Oh, wait,
see
that's
somebody at the very base of this area. They seem to be leaning up against the trees along the tree line. And as you approach Evelyn, you see this person seeing you have Pokemon with you. He just kind of sharply looks over in your direction. Guys, you guys see Evelyn stop doing what she was doing and staring off toward the tree line. You guys follow her gaze to see a person standing over at the tree line.
Ah, a furry.
Oh.
Yeah, she was gonna wave to him.
All right, I'll get things started.
Is that Evelyn's brother?
Fiery looking boy.
Evelyn, do you have a
No,
brother?
I don't have any siblings.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
The person looks forward towards you guys waving and saying hello and stuff to them. As they look off towards you, they seem to look over toward their Pokemon, their Mightyena, beside them.
And their
As the
blood.
Mightyena yips back at him very slightly, from too far away for you to really understand what it says, unfortunately, Evelyn.
Well then, I
It's-
guess I'll just have to get closer.
It starts making its way closer to you guys. The Mightyena does.
Hello.
As the Mightyena makes its way closer to you guys, it's what the fuck?
They're wounded from battle, you see.
Okay,
There's
who's
no
taking my
Pokemon centers
stick?
up here.
The Mightyena looks around you guys, seems to sniff at Evelyn, since Evelyn's the closest one to it.
Hello. You're so cool.
No, you do smell like it.
What do I
Gives
smell
off a
like?
bit of a growl and starts backing away from you a bit.
She starts smelling herself. Like, what do I smell
Jump,
like?
jump, 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 jump. Returns to give information. Wan, bark, bark.
Wine,
What's that?
wine.
Kill 'em
Sniff,
all.
Does he understand Pokemon too?
He seems to kick off from the tree he's standing beside of.
Like, are you sure
As
that
the
you
two
don't?
of them,
I don't have any
as the
siblings
two of
at
them
all.
start walking over toward the party. Does anybody want to do anything as they're walking over? Again, this Mightyena slightly being low on the ground, growling a little bit.
What? But you didn't answer my question though. Like, what do I smell like?
Mightyena just kind of like growling at you, as she was growling at you, she kind of stops and looks back. You can understand me
Well,
as
yeah.
well.
Can I?
Nope.
Okay.
Only 2 people in your guys' group can talk to Pokemon,
Oh.
and one's a ghost.
One's a ghost.
Later,
Alright,
Fumble.
later.
Goodbye, Fomo.
Bye, Fomo. I just wanted you to be here for that.
Oh my god,
Bye.
that's a lot of sound.
A wall of muzz.
April takes out her sword. I'm kidding. And goes, Lee. I'm kidding.
To be fair, I was happy with the way.
She
To be
doesn't say
fair,
April. She makes her own sound.
Yeah, she goes.
to be fair, I like the way that art turned out. Okay.
It's pretty good. I mean,
Oh,
it is your
yeah,
final
that's really
moments.
good.
It is your final moments, but it's pretty good. Will, you're gonna have to step up, man. We're not gonna have any fomal arts in the beginning of games. You're gonna have to do them all because we can't.
Show off our artistic prowess that we've secretly been hiding from everyone.
I'll
this whole
try,
time.
but you know me. I don't like doing art in game.
I know, but fuck you.
I mean, you say that.
Why
As
is the
there
Majora's
too,
Mask
Mr.
moon
Hart.
falling on us?
Just let it happen.
Evelyn's brother's here, and Varric's dad is in the sky.
Mightyena steps forward towards you and starts sniffing at you again. As it's doing it, it seems to sniff around you, sniffing around Keanu, and finally starts sniffing in this direction until she sees Joseph. Which point, again, she growls and looks at Joseph.
Gets into a fighting pose.
Him.
What about him?
That.
He gets his. I don't know what your problem is.
Are you talking about the thing he's holding, or?
Pick a fight with me, and you're gonna regret it.
I don't think she's picking a fight necessarily. I think she's just not into you so much.
He smells like that creature from last night.
What creature? What?
Ah, crap! Do I have a second personality again?
No, this thing.
Yeah, that's why I said like the thing you're holding.
What am I holding?
The orange rock.
Why am I holding it?
Because she
the
told
old
you
lady
to.
gave it to you.
Ah, okay.
Because she told you to, and you're like, yeah, sure.
I don't pay attention to what Joseph does.
You think I actually like am here?
You think I actually pay attention?
When I get into character, my character knows everything.
Oscar
I
steps
don't know
forward. We've been looking for you over in Sinnoh.
Oh yeah.
The boy just kind of looks over at Oscar. Just kind of like, as he does, again, just like looking at him, almost noting as if like, oh, it's somebody I've seen before. He kind of pulls his hat down a little bit, like almost in a slightly embarrassed way. Mightyena looks back at him and gets back in front of him.
So the Mightyena isn't interested in this. Takes out the Mega Rock.
The Mega Rock! This is the international champion. He goes by the name of Wolf.
Oh, so mysterious and cool.
Actually, it's lame and pretentious.
I mean,
Trust
that's one way
me,
you can look at
kid.
it.
You name yourself after a beast. That's what people are gonna see. You want that for
Actually-
yourself?
A wolf is a
Never
mythical
heard-
creature, thank you very much. No one
I've
even
never
knows what
heard
a
of
wolf
a
is.
Yeah, what's a wolf?
I'm playing, I'm playing.
It's-
Yeah, what is
It's a
wolf?
classification of Pokemon, duh.
I mean, there's Rockruff, but
It's a
I
cl-
can rock.
It's a classification of Pokemon, a wolf Pokemon.
Look, I'm just saying, the reason Joseph would know is from back when he had to make an edgy name for himself.
Keanu,
also
as you
named yourself
Keanu, as
Wolf.
you begin to approach, Mightyena gets between you and him and growls at you.
I want him to hold my Vulpix.
I wouldn't get too close. One of those Pokemon probably could take out most of ours.
That's real tough.
Didn't they say that if anyone defeated one of his Pokemon, they got like a badge or something? Says Reina.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, good for
Leader.
that. Yeah, who organize who signs off on that? Like, is that official or like
It's not really official, I guess you would say, but it does show that it does show your merit as a Pokemon trainer. If you were to show anything he gives you to anyone, they probably would classify it as a gym badge. If he's giving out something like that, then nobody would really argue, I guess. This is an undefeated champion, you see.
Undefeated.
You guys just look over at him. The most he said all this whole time is ... you see.
why is that speech bubble over your head?
So, for an experienced champion, you seem pretty silent.
He looks at you, then nods.
I've been there, kid. Trust me.
Is it just like are you just like choosing not to talk to be like edgy and mysterious?
Might not be
He
a-
opens his mouth and then just kind of closes it and then just kind of like thinks for a moment and then just kind of motions toward his throat.
Oh, I was being insensitive.
Are you her brother?
He nods. I'm kidding.
Our long lost brother. Wolf.
He nods as he opens his arms toward his little sister.
He finally opens his mouth. Can't let you do that, Starhawk.
I feel like I would have known if I had a brother.
Brother.
Your long lost little
the king.
sister.
No, long live the champ. My bad.
Also, do you want to hold my Vulpix?
You're too late. That thing's already left. It went after Ho-Oh.
Bark, bark, woof, bark.
Well, is that Mightyena saying that? I'm
Yep.
guessing. Yeah.
Yep.
What thing are you talking about?
That creature that attacked us last night.
What did it look like?
Had that. Like, points over towards 77. Like, had that crystal.
So do
Let
you
me
want
ask
the
you this.
crystal or not?
Was it like covered in shadow stuff?
It was dark.
Did it walk on two legs and have a long tail?
It's you. It walked on two legs like you. Like you wouldn't know.
Well, no, I think the thing is I do know, and I think that's
Because it's your friend.
no, more like
I'll
'cause it's-
protect Wolf.
more like because it tried to kill us as
Who
well.
tried to kill you?
I think they're talking about Mewtwo.
I don't remember
What?
I don't remember it having orange crystals on.
You don't remember having one crystals on
Hold on. What's this about Mewtwo?
Don't worry about it.
No, what is this about Mewtwo? The old lady says, looking at Varric. Some sort of creature that was here? If it has to do with what I'm looking for, this is a clue.
Yeah, if I remember right, Mewtwo was in Unova as well, right?
Was it?
Yeah, like, wasn't it one of the secret Pokemon, or am I thinking X and Y?
I think you're thinking X and Y.
Okay.
Either way, we're not following all of the game canon.
Yeah.
I'm
So
just
you
trying to
wouldn't know,
make
so you wouldn't immediately know what they were talking about.
Okay, then. Mewtwo.
If it was a rocket thing, would he have any idea?
He would not have an immediate idea. He's a
Oh,
grunt.
well,
He's like the
that's
grunt of grunts.
fair.
Exactly. Thank you. Someone understands my character development. You just started. It's not development. Shut the fuck up. Emerald.
It appears the Mightyena does not trust you. However, from what you guys see as you guys are talking, as the Mightyena's kind of growling at you, the international champion kind of leans down and puts a hand on the top of the Mightyena's head and kind of gives it a bit of a rub.
You're a good dog, I think.
She's really cool.
What is this?
She seems to calm down slightly.
It's Mighty Anna. Just looking over to Kiana.
Okay.
You asked what it was, so that's why she answered you.
And that's why I said okay.
Okay, then.
As the international champion does this and then looks back over toward all of you, he seems to notice that you guys are talking about something that he might not have a lot of knowledge of. So he looks at you, points over toward that crystal, and then kind of like motions again, like trying to point back at you guys, then to the crystal. If you guys want to roll for understanding, you can try to see what he's trying to say.
I will try.
So
I
you
will
want to
also
fight to the
try.
death for the crystal, I see.
And I will use a skid inspiration.
Obviously, you have it right, so it's time to fight the international champion.
I have a 4 understanding. Let's
All
see what I
right.
can
That's
roll.
really
I summon Fist!
19, and that's a number. That's a 22.
He seems to be asking if that's yours.
No, that's hers.
He
Points
looks
over
back.
to-
He looks back over at her as she steps forward. It almost fell on my house and impaled me last night, after whatever that creature was fought against Ho-Oh. He looks at her, and then just kind of like looks back to you guys and nods as if he's like, makes sense.
Also, Dika, did you want me to do a roll again or no?
Oh, did you put a thing in?
Yeah.
I mean, go ahead, I guess, if you want to.
Blue?
What?
She just said that it fell through her roof.
Almost hit her roof.
Almost hit her roof, so I thought it almost hit her.
She said it almost impaled her as well after that, if you listen. She said almost hit her roof and impaled her last night.
Okay.
Just then. She didn't say the roof part earlier. So that is something to maybe try to catch on to. But again, it's not like she's lying. Still almost impaled her. The fuck's with the moon? Anyway,
Take a picture
Fine.
of the moon.
You don't get a moon! Ah!
Oh no!
No! All the stuff is gone!
Enjoy the ocean, bitch!
No!
Show such disrespect.
as he looks off to them, looks down toward Mightyena, as Mightyena just kind of like gets forward. If Wolf doesn't want me to fight you, then I won't. He looks down at her, and then he like seems to like motion with his hands like back and forth, like kind of like no kind of thing toward her. She like looks back, and he's like kind of like points to the ball and like points toward them. He does want to fight though.
Very well.
You didn't hear that.
Okay, never mind.
Bark, bark, growl, bark, bark.
Like just in general, or like anyone?
Nah,
in
it's just
particular,
bark, bark. We challenge you to a fight. Bark, bark. I accept.
As you say that in front of him, he puts out a hand as he holds out all 5 of his fingers.
Wait, what? 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 Can I? Does that mean you want to fight all of us, or?
He points to his belt, and you see there are 5 Pokeballs on it.
You want to fight five Pokemon or 5 of us? Give me that one, the last one.
My master hasn't seen such a large group come up this area. He would like to see if you could attempt to fight him against his 5 Pokemon, including myself.
No.
But is all of us though, or like at the same time, or like one by one?
It would be a Pokemon battle, obviously. Do you not know what those are?
No, I know what they are.
So you can't just throw out as many as you want.
Okay, well, I don't know what his rules are.
Rules? What's going on?
Don't worry. We'll figure this out together.
Did you want to fight like
he wants
me,
5 of you to fight against 5 of his Pokemon. Sounds simple enough.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And lucky for you, he won't be using. As Marian is talking, he just kind of leans down and like kind of closes her mouth. She looks up and he just kind of nods at her. I didn't say anything. She looks back at you.
You did. But,
Then
we're just not going to talk about it.
I'm going to ask one important question. Does it have to be Pokemon? Cracks Knuckles?
I mean, it's a Pokemon battle. She did say that.
He looks at you and he like kind of sizes you up and then just nods like, yes, it has to be Pokemon. He doesn't say that, but he's just nodding at you like, it does.
All right, good, because we have a Elite Four member here, and it's illegal for humans to fight Pokemon in a Pokemon battle. Shame on you.
I like the idea that he was just nodding like, all right, I'll fight you.
You want to fight the international champion? Let's go. I'm kidding.
As they just step forward, stare at each other. I lost. What? But you didn't lift fists. A true fighter knows when they're beat. But he's a kid. Yeah. Imagine what it'll be when he's older.
Oscar looks forward and he just kind of like as he looks at the international champion looks back at him. He just puts up 2 hands like, not me. He just kind of sits back with Macho. He's just like, not it. I've already lost to this guy once.
I haven't Pokemon battled legitimately in a long time. I think we can, though.
Colonel, you want to give it a shot?
Will we be fighting all together?
I thought this was right up your alley.
What's going on here?
April is totally ready. April would definitely want to.
As Honedge possesses April. Due to my master not being able to talk. Yes, we all ready.
As these 4 get ready, fucking like Keanu's just like, I don't know, and then like fucking Reina comes up like, do your best.
I mean, if you want, only if you'll hold my Vulpix if I win.
All right, guys,
you just see Mighty Anna as it looks up toward. Is that acceptable, Master?
As the thing that Ho-Oh falls down, as you see youngster Jonathan. Well, lost that fight, but I'll win against you.
As he nods to your conditions, Keanu.
Well, I've been trying to go for the gym challenge, so if I can win once, I'll be set. I'll be on my way.
Which one of you will be my opponent? What? Half of you only hear one.
Bark, bark, bork, bark, bark.
She's asking who wants to go first.
No, she's asking who wants to be her opponent.
Who wants to be, or rather, who wants to be her opponent?
Mm-hmm.
Dibs.
I don't know. Yeah,
okay.
There we go.
I hope you don't find this offensive, but You seem tough, and I like that about you.
So I guess that 77 is going first.
Looks like it.
Wolf looks
Yeah.
down toward Mightyena. Mightyena looks up, looks back forward. You guys. No first. No take, only throw. No. No first, only battle.
That's not how this works.
You
As-
remind me
As he
of-
looks at you guys, you've chosen to fight against Mightyena. He takes 4 more Pokeballs off of his waist.
There's
It's
like
another
a cross draw where he throws all 4 at the same time.
Houndoom comes out.
Look at that boy.
Granbull comes out. Lycanroc comes out.
Oh, I want.
Hey, I
did
said that one earlier.
And Meowth.
And Boltund comes out.
Oh, he has a ball time.
You what?
Oh my god! It's the first one.
Good boy.
Oh, oops.
You.
Oh, he seems-
You.
Evelyn, a Pokemon you've never seen before. I'm kidding.
I always wanted a younger one of you when I was little.
I'm starting to notice a pattern. You know, Docs and I have a lot in common.
Yeah, a lot of dark types.
We're loyal as hair.
He has 2 dark types.
Yeah. We're loyal as hell, and our teeth,
Is
they
just one of them?
bite.
That
Nope,
one's
he's,
rock.
He's a rock type.
Oh.
Pure rock. Oh,
You said no Galar. I lied.
he didn't say no Galar.
I said if we were able to get the stats and stuff, I'd definitely want to put Galar Pokemon in if they would fit. And you know, Wolf has an all dog team, so
He's got a whole team of boofers.
All right, let's give them all
at
voices.
this point,
Woody Adam.
at this point, you guys can pick who you want to fight. However, I feel that's kind of mean to do to April without her being here. So sucks to suck. You guys choose who you want to fight.
Like Can Rock.
You've already chosen 77. You ready over
I
there
know.
at Mightyena.
Yeah, I'm just setting up my battlefield.
Varric, where you wanting to go? Keanu, where you wanting to go?
I think I'm gonna go with for Houndoom.
Keanu, do you want to try to fight Granbull or Boltund?
Let's go for Boltund.
Okay. And April has to fight the Granbull.
Has to fight the fiend.
As the Granbull lifts ahead. No Pokemon.
I look at him and I'm like,
Takes out Switchblade.
I look at Granbull and I'm like, oh yeah, you're a fairy type now.
No. What happens is Granbull takes out what looks like a pocket knife, takes it out, and an energy sword comes out of the pocket knife.
As you guys all kind of get around which Pokemon you want to fight, you guys notice he does have one final Pokeball on him, but he does not go to touch it.
What's in that one?
You remember seeing a large pair of footprints in the snow earlier. None of these Pokemon seem large enough for what they were.
Huh. And that was the one that I tried to like analyze and I couldn't, right?
No, that was you couldn't look at that one, but you could look at Mightyena because it's Hoenn.
Oh, gotcha.
That was the one that I wasn't giving you a single chance at.
Okay.
But he just kind of like looks over at it and then just kind of shrugs at you, like, I don't know, maybe you'll find out. As you guys approach the international champion and his team of doggos, Electric Doggo, Rock Doggo, Fairy Doggo, Fire Dark Doggo, and other Dark Doggo.
He's really nailing the type coverage right up until the last bit.
He can't
All
help
right.
it. Mightyena was his first ever Pokemon.
That's fair.
Okay, Paris, UC4.
Which
Staryu,
means
use nuke.
Which means he's from Hoenn. Which means he could be your brother. I'm kidding.
What?
He's my cousin. It's fine.
Hold on. Where's he from?
Owen.
Okay.
From the actual pronunciation.
As you guys all get ready to go and fight against the international champion, he seems to smile a little bit. The first time you really see him smile since this happened, it looks again like he's been really wanting to use all of his Pokemon again. But like Mightyena said, none of a large group of people don't usually come up here, so they probably don't get through one of them. As he sits there with a bit of a smile on his face, we're going to end things off there. As you guys get ready to fight against these Pokemon, back over with everybody else, behind you guys, you see that as everybody is kind of standing and waiting, Sherry seems to be watching Varric and 77 since they're right beside each other, and she seems to be having somewhat of an interest in it. However, she does kind of get a bit of a shock whenever a hand touches the back of her shoulder, down onto her shoulder. She looks back and sees the old woman just kind of standing there looking down toward her. Sherry's eyes go wide for a moment. However, as that happens, pushing beyond the old woman, Chemo seems to get in the way. As she looks back at her, she looks over at Sherry. Sherry, it seems like you're getting along well with John Cena. Sherry looks at Chemo. She opens her mouth as if to say something to Chemo and then stops. At which point, Chemo looks back toward the old lady. The old lady seems to bring her hand over toward Chemo. I don't know what you're doing, but 1 second. Chemo brings her hand up as well, touching the hand of the old woman. As her eyes go wide, to be continued.
Anyways, these Pokemon battles.
Man, I'm so glad I got.
As Joseph was about to like
see these
burst
things
to the fucking old woman, but notices Chemo, and then he'll whisper under his breath, "So she's finally showing her true self."
Putting her hand on her shoulder.
What the fuck, Eric?
Oh, Eric, you're great. We love
The
you so
true
much.
identity of this old woman, Chris Hansen.
To let you guys know, you will have to fight these Pokemon one-on-one. If you guys have any of your Pokemon faint, he'll probably let you guys throw out more. But he will probably, I will say that as far as things are concerned here, he'll probably put a limit of 3 Pokemon against 1. So you guys can use 3 of your Pokemon against 1 of his. Sequentially, not at the same time.
Oh, look at me. I have 3 Pokemon.
Fucking, you're just sitting there like, what do I do? What do I do? I only have
Go.
2.
Go.
Me?
Go Vanillite. Throw Snowball.
But yeah. You guys have this happen, and next time we'll see just how strong the international champion is with his team that only had to go through 1 revision since the new games. He did have an Arcanine, but I thought he had enough fire and he had enough dark, and like I didn't want to like get rid of Mightyena, so I just basically got rid of Arcanine for Boltund.
I will say, audience, technically you guys are right, the 3rd is him, but because this team is actually based on him being the tank and fighter of the group. This is actually for like gang fights. He has Parasect and Staryu weaken them using sleep or paralyze or stuff like that, and that's when Joseph comes in.
Then he punches them, right?
Yeah, like it's tactical dirty fighting.
Cool.
With Chemo standing in the way too, we just see Nurse Joy like get a little bit closer to Chemo, like, I'm gonna stand here.
Pulls out a frying pan.
You want to fucking go, old lady? I'm kidding.
Through a bag.
Those
pulls out the bag.
lozenges were poisoned.
You want the antidote?
T-
You'll be
who-
on
who-
potions.
Someone takes out the frying pan. Careful, that person dual wields a frying pan and a drying pan.
Lou, do you see what I made in chat? I didn't see anything you made in chat. Let me go look. Pokemon break
Is it
in
bored?
chat. Look at that swole fucking Jirachi boy.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that swole Jirachi buff boy. Fuck yeah. We'll turn that into a state. We'll turn that into a state if we ever need to have Jirachi on screen again.
Wait, a state? Like there's an entire region on his shoulder blades?
No, like a state is in the game.
It's
I
like
know.
a state of being.
No, a fucking state. He has like a bunch of cities.
Yeah,
on
we
his-
need a buff Joy now too, because obviously I'm kidding. Fucking old lady grabs that fucking Chemo or Sherry again. She just fucking rips her shirt, muscles everywhere.
No, Joy has a stand. Joy
Oh,
is
Wolf,
a
how you doing, Crimson Wolf? How you doing?
Yeah, he was here.
I saw you were here earlier, and I mentioned it to you earlier today. Did you see the boy that's totally not you but is? People are wondering how I was gonna play him, and I'm just like I said in the beginning, he's just gonna ... But he can understand Pokemon.
That's
you can
neat.
understand the Pokemon.
Yeah.
What a good boy.
That's how he's able to get such a good bond and pack tactics with his friends.
Oh, don't worry. I actually have this pretty funny voice for Parasect. I will consume you. I will eat you, and I will destroy you.
What's Crimson in the
Pretty
game?
funny, right?
What's Crimson in the game again? Yeah, cuss. Something I wanted to do. But yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed themselves. We enjoyed ourselves. If you have any questions, comments, points, or wisecracks, put in the comments below. We're hoping to have a pretty good next couple of games. Again, this game was a little bit rushed, and as you can definitely see from the background of this image, this was not supposed to be on top of the mountain. But I hope you guys are able to bypass a little bit of that. We had to rewrite a good chunk of this arc because I want to make sure we get through it before FOMO leaves. And we'll talk more about that probably beginning of next game, and kind of go with what we're gonna be kind of be thinking of through the rest of it. We'll see how things go. But again, if you have any questions, comments, complaints, or wisecracks, put in the comments below. Let me know how you guys are enjoying yourselves. We're enjoying ourselves. And until next time, guys, like always, later days.
Later. We're all gonna